Johnson and Joanne McLeod of Body Break have been promoting healthy, active lifestyles to Canadians for over 15 years. Whether they're on TV or in front of a small or large group, their simple and practical lifestyle approach is motivating, inspirational, and touches on the very essences of what Canadians need to be healthy. However, it's not just about exercise and nutrition, but also about starting a small business and the driving force and passion it takes to overcome the obstacles, meet the challenges, and achieve goals. Hal and Joanne currently can be seen on their 90-second TV program across Canada. They have been guests on over 1,000 TV and radio shows, endorse a line of Body Break lifestyle products, and have presented to some of Canada's major corporations and organizations. Hal and Joanne are positive, upbeat, and entertaining. Just what your company or organization needs to keep fit and have fun. Here's your opportunity to see them in action.
Body break, get moving. Body break, keep moving. Oh yeah. Body break, body break. When the spirit hits you, you know you've got to. No special secret to put you in a groove.
Joanne started as a little girl who then ran track and field for Canada for about 10 years and was pretty good and represented Canada all over the world, which was but then she had to get a job.
Hello to Mahold. Hal was born. Throughout his years, he was always active, in particular in high school. Now, I don't know.
I do
know
like
that
to throw. You know, it's
Hal's a low-maintenance guy.
Yeah.
And when I saw this hairdo, I thought, you must have spent an awful lot of time with that.
No.
Yeah, well, we won't go any further with that. He later went on to the University of Colorado and graduated with business degree. He was drafted by Cincinnati Reds to play baseball, but opted out for the business world.
On June 8th of 1988, we came up with the idea, the concept of Body Break. And basically, it was something that we thought was very simple, just to help people. How can we help people in a small way, get them physically active? But I went around to all these companies and asked them if they would invest in the show, and they all said no. Until an organization called Participaction, we went to them, and they said, this is a great idea. We'd love to sponsor you. We were with Participaction for only a little over 2 years. Currently, we're played approximately between 1,400 to 1,600 times a week.
Body Break is really about prevention. Heart and Stroke Foundation, the Diabetes Foundation, the Cancer Society all recommend the same pill that we recommend. Does anyone know what that pill is?
No, can you say it a little louder, perhaps? Viagra. It's the little blue pill that you have. So what color is yours?
I know we're aging, but we're not recommending that yet.
That's oh, it is Viagra. That's it is exercise and diet. Actually, proper eating and exercising. That is really the way to go. So many people don't understand that if you simply use diet and exercise as a formula, it's going to work. It's going to improve your lifestyle.
Well, the first key is aerobic activity. Anything that elevates your heart rate is aerobic activity, like walking, swimming. There's never any good excuse not to exercise, especially when you think of all the benefits that you can get from aerobic activity. Like I said before, aerobic activity is anything that elevates your heart rate. You do it at a continuous, steady pace, and also that you do it for at least 15 minutes. Now, and again, that could be anything from skating to walking to running. And what you'll get from it is more energy. You'll sleep better. You'll be able to reduce stress. You know, a lot of us face stress every day. Improve your self-esteem, how you feel about yourself, and also that relates to how you relate to others. It'll help you lose fat if that is one of your goals, as well as it'll help improve your bone density. And for women, that's very important with to prevent osteoporosis, but it's just as important for men too. It's about your heart, elevating your heart rate.
Oh,
I think there's a gentleman that we...
You know, I mean, there's John, and John is...
John Jones?
John Jones Jones is here.
Is he here?
But I don't know if there should be a competition between John and the Viagra Man. I mean, I don't know if you want to bring them. You think the Viagra Man is? You think? Well, let's see.
And if you think of your heart as the speedometer in your car, and when you exercise, what you want to do is you want to be able to control the speed of your heart rate in order to exercise safely and effectively to burn fat. If you exercise too fast or run that engine too hard, you're going to be too out of breath at the end of the workout or during the workout, and you won't be able to go long enough. If you go too slow, you won't be able to get into your fat-burning zone, and you will be putting in a lot of time, and you won't be getting the benefits from exercise. So your heart is like a speedometer, and you want to make sure that it's in a fat-burning zone. We base our heart rate on, it's based on your age as well as the percentage of your maximum heart rate. You're just starting out, you exercise at 50 to 60% effort so that you're not exercising too hard. You're not going to be so out of breath that you can't continue because your heart needs oxygen in order to work. Now, if you've been exercising regularly, which I think you have, you're doing fairly well there.
Yep, there you go.
You want to exercise 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate effort. And if you exercising at regularly and you're getting ready for a 5K, 10K race, you want to increase that intensity again to improve your heart rate.
Getting better.
And if you add weight, that again will increase your heart rate. It's again, you want to get your heart rate up into that fat-burning zone in order to exercise safely and effectively.
Done the aerobics and you want to get up, now you want to strengthen your muscles. And really strengthening your muscles, oftentimes people think, I don't really need to do that, I don't want to do that. And really what it does is that it actually makes you have a bigger engine. Your body will actually burn more fat and calories. But you've got to balance that attack out.
Okay, let's move on to the upper body workout.
So this gentleman has just worked on his legs. We want to do the entire body and get that engine really functional, really running. And oftentimes I'll talk about or use the analogy of a car. And that's why the more muscles you have in your body, the bigger engine you have. So oftentimes that if someone is 6 feet and they're all made of muscle, they're going to burn a lot of fat and calories. Where someone is 6 feet and they're not, they're going to burn a lot less calories. So the bigger your engine is, the more fat and calories you're going to burn. And that's essentially what you want to do, is burn as many calories as you can. And that's one of the things is as we age, we do lose muscle tissue. If we rest, we rust. So we have to get that muscle tissue going as much as possible, as much as we can. So, and one of the things that we think about is that muscle actually takes up a smaller area than fat does. So it's the same 1 pound. A fat takes up 3 times the amount of space as muscle does. And conversely, muscle weighs more than fat. Weight training is great, but here's something really everyone enjoys, is eating.
Food is more of it's kind of an attitude. So it depends on how you approach food. You may approach it like this.
How was your vacation? All you can eat.
If it's there, you'll eat it. And unfortunately, it's how much we eat and the fact that we have to control how much we eat in a day.
One time I was on an airplane. This is about air travel, and these are some of the points you should recommend when you do fly. But I was on a flight from LA to Toronto about 6 years ago, and I sat down, and the woman recognized me, and she said, "Gee, I'd like to lose some weight, Hal." And we had about a 5.5-hour flight, and I said, "Okay, well, we got a little time. We can talk about it." And so we had a little discussion, and I started going into a lot of different elements, little things about what you should do and so forth. And I said, by the way, those little peanuts that they have, that little bag of peanuts, that's about 14 grams of fat, which really should be about 1/3 to 1/4 of your day's supply of fat. And she goes, "Oh, really? I didn't know that." So the flight attendant came to me and said, "Would you like any peanuts, sir?" And I said, "Oh, no, thank you." And she says, "Well, I'll have his." So that was about a half hour into the flight, and I said, I'm just a little tired. I'm going to rest for the rest of the flight. I realize that as much information as you can give to someone, unless they take it to heart, it really doesn't matter. And obviously she wasn't ready or wanting at that point to change. Now, here's one of the questions, and I want that, and Joanne will read it, You had a beer today? Okay. Well,
how far and long would the average person have to walk to burn off the calories in one regular beer and a handful of mixed nuts?
it's the mixed nuts, not the beer, actually, that is the heavy culprit in this. That those mixed nuts shoot it through the roof. And
actually, the total is only about 360 calories in total. However, that's how far you have to walk in order to burn that off.
And it's not like we don't want you to exercise, but the conversely to that, and say, oh, geez, that's what a mountain I have to do to get through that. Converse to that, if you were simply to reduce your diet by 100 calories a day, just simply take out 100 calories a day from your diet, you would simply lose about 12 pounds a year. So you'd lose one of these a year by actually getting rid of 100 calories a day, which is a bun, or it's the 2 pads of butter on the bun. That's all it is.
What we try to do, as we had mentioned before, is give little tips about how to reduce that risk, or that stress in your life. Well, exercise, an easy one. Eat healthier. It's amazing that when we are under stress, we do tend to eat a lot more fatty foods and higher sugar foods, thinking that's going to make us feel better, and in reverse, it doesn't, because then we start feeling guilty about it. If we feel really stressed, often what happens is we start to breathe up here, and our mind needs, or our brain needs energy, and energy comes from oxygen. So if we don't have the oxygen going to our brain, we tend to start feeling sluggish. So when you are stressed, think of taking time out and 40 deep breaths. Let's just all take a deep breath right now. And relax. Number one is laugh. Laughter is one of the most important things in our life, and it does relieve a lot of stress.
Really, all of the things that we've talked about today, and we just got a last little point that we want to make about it, is that really the key to all of this and all the things that we've gone through is motivation. A variety of different things, a variety of different ways you can get motivated. And here's just one example of one person, the way they get motivated.
Take me for a walk, and I'll help you meet girls.
Yeah. It is amazing when I take my dog out how many people you meet out there, and but I don't. It's really nice taking your dog for a walk. I think that's the important element of it. But something that I think about all the time. It's a little poem. It's the man who thinks he can. But it's, if you think you're beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win but think you can't, it's almost a cinch that you won't. If you think you'll lose, you're lost. For out in the world you'll find success begins with one's will. It's all in the state of mind. If you think you're outclassed, you are. You've got to think high to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can win that prize. Because you see, life's battles don't always go to the strongest or fastest one, but sooner or later the one who wins is the one who thinks they can. And that's really something that my grandmother gave me when I was 8. It was in my bedroom. It was in my office. It was in college. And it's still in my office now. And I've got it framed. And that's something that I think about, look at all the time. And it's really, whatever you want to get motivated in, that's what helps motivate me, having a positive attitude.
And to just wrap things up, I know we get an awful lot of emails, and it seems like the one question we get asked all the time, and I don't know. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Is whether or not we're a couple or we're married.
Or I'm out walking the dog all the time.
No. No.
I don't know. It's we met in a gym, obviously, and yes, we are, and her ring isn't that big. But before we wrap it up here, what I want to mention to everyone, if you want to get some additional information, what we've done is we posted on our website. You can get all the slides in the presentation, all the information that goes with what we've talked about today. So you can click on and get all that information at bodybreak.com/ORIMS, and you can go to that spot and you can receive all the information that you would like.